So you can say, like, for the division questions that we were doing right now, there are like two type of questions that the examiner can ask. What are those two type of questions? Like, one will be where he will be asking both the things. He will be demanding for you the quotient and the remainder. Okay, get it? And the another category will be just where he will be demanding you about the remainder when you divide the polynomials. Okay, so division of polynomial, there are two category of questions that we will be getting. So for the first category, we just discussed like how to do the whole division part and how you will obtain a remainder. Yes or no? And the quotient as well. But for the second type, what we have to do, so if we write down the question again, so let's say like the previous question that we just discussed. So what was the statement for it? So we have a polynomial in px that is a dividend. Yes or no? So what was the px that is given to you? Let's take it as like 4x square, sorry, 4x cube minus 12x square plus 14x minus 3. Yes or no? And then the divisor that we have was gx, that is 2x minus 1. Yes or no? Now if the question only asks you that you have to find out the remainder, you don't need the question. So what are you going to do? So in that case, do you remember like how do we find out zeros? Yes or no? How do we find out zero? Do you remember the part? Zeros of a polynomial, do you remember that case? How we find out zero of a polynomial? What? How we do that? How we do that? So the step number one is find the zero of divisor. Okay. So which is your divisor gx? So how we find out the zero? So we're gonna equate it with zero. That was just a simple step we used to do. Yes or no? Equate it to zero if you need a zero for that. So what's the value for gx? It is 2x minus 1. So I'm going to equate it with 0. So what's the value for x I will have? You can say 2x will be equal to 1. And in the next step, I got x is equals to what? 1 over 2. Yes or no? Any confusion in the step number 1? No. Okay, now if we move to the step number 2. So what does step number 2 says? So for step number 2, what do you have to do? Substitute this 0 in the dividend. So if you substitute this 0 in the dividend, you will have your remainder. Okay, so just the two simple steps. So what was the dividend we have? Px is equals to 4x cube minus 12x square. Yeah, 14x plus, sorry, minus 3. And we're gonna just substitute the x value in it. So half you're gonna substitute in it. So what answer you will have? Let's see. So 4 times a half cube minus 12 times a half square plus 14 times a half minus 3. Yes or no? So 4 times a half cube will be what? 4 times 1 over 8 minus 12 times what? Half square will be what? 12 times 1 by 4. And this is what? We can cut it out at 7. So we got a 7 minus 3. Is it clear to you? Okay, then the next step will be what? 4 will cancel out the 8 at 2. So I got a half. This will cut out at 3. So I got a negative 3 plus 7 minus 3. So if you solve out these three values, what answer you are having? 7 minus 6 is just a 1. Yes or no? Yes or no? So I just got a half plus 1. So half plus 1 is how much? A 3 by 2. Yes or no? Any confusions? So just the two simple steps we have. What are those two simple steps? You are also getting a 3 by 2 remainder if you remember. Yes or no? So how we got this? So we're gonna say, like, if you need to find out just the remainder while doing the division of a polynomial, so what you have to do? So there will be a dividend. This is the dividend you have, and this is the divisor you have. Okay, what do you have to do with the dividend and divisor? So just in the step number 1, you have to find out the 0 of this divisor. Okay, and in the step number 2, just substitute that 0 of divisor into dividend, and you will get your answer. That will be the remainder that you will have. Get it? Any confusion? No? So just have a note on it. Yeah. Let them write down first. Darshil and Ahana. Just note it down. Done? Darshil? Done with it or not? Okay, okay. Just let's move down. Okay, be quick. Then we're gonna apply it in the to the next question. Screenshots will not work. That's right. If you don't do it by your hand, you're not gonna remember it. Okay, let's apply it to the next question. Okay. Okay, so if we apply it to the next question, so the question is they are saying, just again read out the statement what they ask. Okay, so now they are again asking find remainder. So find remainder when you can say like the polynomial px, that is the 12x cube minus 13x square minus 5x plus 7 is divided by you can say the gx, that is equals to what? That is equals to 2x minus 1. Okay, no, this one was the one we just did. I don't think so. Okay, let's change the gx then. So you have to divide it by, let's say, 2 plus 3x. Just do it now. So what was the step number 1? Find the 0 of divisor. So our divisor is gx, so we're gonna put gx is equals to 0, and 2 plus 3x is equals to 0 will give you the value for x. So x will come out to be how much? A negative 2 over 3. Yes or no? Yep. Okay, then comes the step number 2. So what was step number 2? Step number 2 is just simple substitute. Substitute it where? Substitute it in the dividend, that is the px. So if you're going to substitute it, so firstly write down the px that you have. It is just simple 12x cube minus 13x square minus 5x plus 7. And then if you substitute x as negative 2 over 3, so p of negative 2 over 3 will be equal to what? Just find it out. That will be your answer. That will be the remainder that you will get. Okay. Did you get any answer? Yes or no? Okay, be quick. 13/9. I think you made a mistake. Okay, let's see. Hana and Darshil, you're getting something? Darshil? Okay, let's see. Let's substitute the value. So if we're gonna substitute it, so we're gonna say like 12 times what? A negative 2/3 whole cube. Then the negative 13 times the x square. So x square is how much? So you can say again the negative 2/3 whole square minus 5 times what? Negative 2/3, and plus you got a 7. Yes or no? Okay, next. This is the same. Look at there. Okay, so you have to be careful. Okay, next thing. So if we do the cube of it, so what answer you will get? 12 times what? So negative 2 whole cube is negative 8 over what? 27. Yes or no? Then the next part will be negative 2 square is again a 4, but positive this time. So negative we already have. So 13 times a 4 over 9. And then this will be positive now. Negative times negative. So 10/3 and plus 7 I got. Yes or no? Any confusion on this step? No. So next step will be what? The next step will be like we will be doing it over here. So next step will be like you can say 12 times 8 is negative 96 over 27. Or can we cut it out? Yeah, we can also cut it out. So let's cut it out first. So you can say like 27 and 12 can cut out. So 9 and 4. Okay. So 4 times negative 8 is what? Negative 32 over 9. Then minus 13 times 4 is what? What you will get 13 times 4? 52. So negative 52 over 9 plus 10/3 you already have and plus 7. Now just take the LCM. So LCM will be how much? A 9. Negative 32 will remain same. Negative 52 will remain same. 3 becomes 9. So 10 will become 30. 1 become 9. So positive 63. So let's solve it out. How much you will have? It is a 93, positive 93. And this one is how much? So I can say the next step I will get a positive 93. And this step, the negative number is how much? 84. Yes or no? So a negative 84. So if you subtract these two, what answer you will get? Negative 84 plus 93, a 9, a positive 9. So 9 over 9 will give you a 1. Get it? So you have to be careful. Like if you do it with the normal division, this question will be too much complicated. Okay? Is it clear? Okay, so what we call this concept, we call it as a remainder theorem. Okay? So just give a heading. What's the name for it? So this concept is known as a remainder theorem, you can say. Get it? So while they ask you just the remainder when you have to divide the two polynomials, so you can apply what? You can apply the remainder theorem. Is it clear? Okay, any confusions?